Hey everyone, the numbers are in for Palmetto Trace for October 2021. I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group over at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. We did a pretty deep dive last month, so this month is just going to really be focused on pricing so you guys can see what's happening. I told myself, we'll get right to it. I told myself I wasn't going to show this chart again. I know I talk about this one a lot, but I do think there's one thing worth noting. Remember, the red line here on this represents the number of homes for sale. And here's about the beginning of the pandemic here. And remember, month over month, right after the pandemic started, we had fewer and fewer homes available for sale in the market. And as the market heated up, and it heated up very, very quickly, think about this from a buyer's perspective. Buyers were trying to buy a house if they couldn't find something or if they lost out on something by in multiple offer situation or something like that. They'd turn around and look for something else, and there were fewer choices, and there was fewer choices again, and the next month there were fewer choices again. So that was the kind of pressure that buyers were feeling and what was really driving pricing up this whole entire time. What hasn't really been talked about too much locally is here in June, July, August, we actually ended up having more and more homes available for sale on the beach. Buyers started to feel like they had more choice again. So if you were sitting around trying to buy a house in here and didn't get anything, and all of a sudden the next month you had a few more options, then the next month you had a few more options. So all of a sudden buyer motivation is changing a little bit. But I was interested to see that we actually we actually came back the other way. There were fewer homes for sale in October than there were in September. Still a very, very healthy market. I won't give you the whole spiel on months of inventory, but remember, 4 or 5 months of inventory represents a neutral market. Being down at 2.07 is very much a seller's market. Even this time of year, the housing market in Panama City Beach is very good. Specifically in Palmetto Trace, we only had 3 sales in October. One of the townhomes, 3-bedroom, sold over $300,000. It closed at $301. 4-bedroom over on Biltmore home closed at $435, and a 3-bedroom on Bainbridge closed at $385. If we look quickly at what's for sale or under contract, big takeaway for you here is still very, very good. It's still a very healthy market. Look, there are not a lot of choices if you're coming into Palmetto Trace. There's only one house for sale at $415. The townhome that's for sale was asking $279, is under contract. I think you have to be a little bit careful with pricing. I think this is a good example of it. When you have a 3-bedroom, it may be the different plan. Sell at $301. In my opinion, although there's subtle differences in condition and materials and things like that, being able to adjust pricing quickly when you have something for sale could be important, because maybe, this one could have been priced up a little bit higher before it went under contract. Just food for thought. But the big takeaway from all this really is still a very good market for sellers. If you're thinking about selling, I know it's not necessarily the most common time of year to be doing it, but there are still buyers out there. We're still writing contracts. The market's still good. If you're a seller, you don't have a lot of competition, and that's what you prefer. You have a little bit better, more strength in a negotiation that way. Also, a big push for us between now and the end of the year is to get as many valuations out as possible for our past customers and really anybody who wants that. What I mean by that is if you're looking for an estimate on your specific property, whether it's in Palmetto Trace or somewhere else in Bay County, I'm happy to put together a free valuation for you. There's no obligation. There's no charge for this. I can do the work and give you some sense of where the range of pricing that I would give you, just so you have that information. If you want that, click on the little button. I don't know where it is on this thing, but just click free valuation, and we'll put that together for you. It'll ask you to fill in your address. We can do that. I can do the work either preliminarily all online and give you a pretty good range. If I can come by, actually see the inside for a few minutes, I can actually give you a tighter range. And again, there's no obligation, no pressure to sell or anything. Just want to give people some updated information since we've had so much change in price over the last year and a half. You might actually be very surprised at what your property may be worth. So I hope this helps. We'll be back in December to give you a quick look at November's activity. And then the plan is for a very, very in-depth look at all of 2021 right at the beginning of January. So hope you all are well. Be safe. Thanks for watching.